In the last tutorial I mentioned that I'm not going to be going through the entire design to make our page look like this very simple thing and take it all the way to the nice, design that we'd like to have. Instead, I'm going to skip over some stuff and take you right to some of the new features of CSS3 just to show you how those are implemented, and I trust that you'll be able to apply the rest of the CSS to make the page look somewhat like this. Anyway, we're going to be looking at rounded corners and doing a little bit of box shadow as well. We might even be able to do a little bit of text shadow, which would be kind of fun. So let's take a look at how we can implement those in Dreamweaver. Now in Dreamweaver, we have to be able to go to our code view, and we need to be on our styles to be able to apply some of these new things. So let's find out what it is that we want to apply it to. We'll go with something easy. I want the main image and then the image that's inside there to have some sort of box shadow. So I'm going to find the image inside here. Let's go to the code. I want the main image somewhere. It's somewhere in this. There it is, main image. I'm going to copy that, go right underneath main image, and that's going to be the image inside of it, which is given some CSS. Now since I'm using Dreamweaver, it will actually come up with some helpful hinting on writing the code, and I know that I want to use the box shadow, and then I can say what kind of color and all that kind of stuff. The problem with this is that I really don't remember all the syntax, so I'm going to take that out actually and go to a tool that can help me write this. The CSS generator, CSS3 generator, is a really great thing, and box shadow is one of those things that it does really, really well. I'm not going to do an inset. The horizontal length 0, 0, blur radius will be 20 pixels, and the spread will be 5 pixels. The color I'm going to use is hex. So let's use black will be 0, 0, 0, and you'll take a look and you'll be able to see what's going on there. Now we can change the spread, and that will change kind of how far this thing kind of comes out as well. Blur radius 10. You can see I can change a lot of different things with this. But instead of having to remember box dash shadow and all the other stuff and WebKit and Mozilla suffixes, I can use this to pretty much just copy that code, go to my Dreamweaver, paste that code, and then save the page, and then test it out and see if it works. And there you go. Now we weren't getting exactly the look that we wanted here, so we would have to go in and change things manually if we wanted to. So I know that I think I did want that shadow to come out a little bit more. So let's see. Whoop, needs to save my page in Dreamweaver. It is saved. Good. Then I'll come in here and refresh, and you'll see now I've got a little drop shadow that's going on there. So there's one thing that we can do. Another thing that we can do, if I come back to my CSS generator, is border radius. Now we're going to do not equally rounded because it's only going to be on the top and bottom. And look at that. I've got it set from playing around already. And this is going to go on top, and it's going to go on our content and our navigation bar. So I need to find that nav bar. Let's see if I can find that. Global nav, there it is. Float on the left hand side. Let's go ahead and apply that, and then I need to go to the content wrapper and apply it to that as well. Let's go ahead and save that page and see how we've applied. Alright, so we have applied some of that CSS, and we've now given some rounded corners to our navigation bar at the top and some rounded corners to our content section at the bottom, and we've given a nice little drop shadow to the image that goes in the middle. Now lots of things we would like to do, including make that larger and put a real image in here and style all of the content and other sections that we have in the footer in order to make this a fully functional page. But there's lots of other CSS3 stuff that you should explore. Now going back to the CSS3 generator, there's another one I wanted to point out, which is @fontface, and that's a great one. A lot of the other ones you can apply just by playing around with the options that are here. The @fontface one is the only one that's really different, because all it gives you is the basics here, and what you have to do is actually apply it by downloading a font and installing it and everything else. I would definitely tell you that Font Squirrel is a great place to look at this. They have hundreds of @fontface font kits that you can try that are excellent. All you have to do is download them often, get the kit. You can decide what elements that you want in there, and they give you all the different formats of the fonts as well as the code to get them to work, and they describe what all the different formats are for. So I definitely suggest that you do that. We're going to have one more tutorial though, and the reason why is to deal with this main image. Now that we actually have an image size to deal with, we'll be able to make it into some sort of like JQuery cycle. So let's take a quick look at that.